guys, how are you? Today I'm going to give you just a quick video on the GHAD-68. This is pretty much my go-to for priming and painting. But last time I used it with splash paint, and that required the 0.03 needle. 0.3 needle, I should say. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to change the needles in these, and then I'm going to mix up some primer and shoot these pieces. This is from my 62 Chevy for my rock and roll on wheels group build there, my second build. But anyway, let me get started here and show you how easy it is to just swap out needles. Right now I have the 0.3 in it, like I said, so just to keep track of myself, so because when I grab it off the shelf, I'm going to cross out the 3 and put the 0, if this will write on now, 0.5. I'll fix that up later. I'll change the whole piece of tape. But that just gives me an idea of what's in the brush when I grab it. So the first thing I would do, take the cap off. And there's your, I should have a piece of paper towel. Actually I do. Let me set this over here. I don't want things running around. There's the, come on, they usually fall right out of here. Let me get my tweezers. Alright. That's the 3.3 needle. Set that off to the side. There's the 0.5 needle. Set that off over here. The first thing I'm going to do is take the 3 needle out. And last time I installed it, I gave it a wipe down, a little bit of a lube on it. So I just kind of wiped that down. So it's, I'm going to put it back in a case. And I'll also mark this. I'll mark this needle case again because it's marked as the 5. So what I'll do is I'll put a piece of tape on there saying 0.3. I'm going to put it back. Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to take care of that right now. Alright guys, they're marked. As you can see, I just put 0.3 in here, so I know that's the 3 needle. The 0.3 is in here. And I stick that back in there. Now here's the 0.5 cap. It's hard to do this behind the camera. I'm trying to look around it here. Okay, that's in. I just give it a little tap to make sure it's centered. Now that's in. I'll install this on the end of the gun. Again, guys, when you do this, my recommendation is kind of go backwards until you feel it click a little bit, and then you know it's set. no way of cross threading. Now I'll take the new needle, the 5, and until you get used to doing this, guys, that's about where the needle's going to be. No paint's going to be any forward than this. So I'll take this way here and just dab a little bit of lube. That's all you need, just a little bit. And all this does is keep the O-ring and Teflon rings in there from drying out. And I'll show you what could make them dry out after I mix this. And this gets this twisted back and forth, in and out, back and forth, in and out. You'll feel it go through the O-ring, and then just with your thumb press it in. Don't press hard, just till it stops. Close your chuck. Come on now, focus. But anyway, you can see the needle back and forth. Now take your needle cap, protective cap, same thing, go a little backwards, then you feel it click, she screws right on. Make sure all these are tight. Put your back of the airbrush back on. This is always tight. You got to back this out a lot to get it to go without playing with it. Turn backwards, click it, screw it right on, and you can close this. Now all this is, guys, is this is for the amount of paint. See, right now I got nothing coming out. More. That's it. That's fully back and forth. So what I do is just so it's snug for when I'm painting large objects. Now if you want to paint a line, the best thing to do is take your protective cap off and run this into where you're just getting paint, and you can kind of just go back and forth with a little bit of paint to give you almost a pencil line. The Mobius 2 is absolutely perfect for that, and if you guys want to see that demonstrated, just let me know and I'll pull that one out and we'll do it. That's the 0.3 cap. So okay, now the needle's changed. I'll take a cup out, which these cups, they're hard to get out of here. If you flip it up this way carefully, you can get them out. And same thing with the cups, guys. Kind of go back to you. You feel it's in place. Come on now. I have to go all the way around with this probably. And that's that. Make sure that's tight. You don't want no air going between the Teflon seal and the cup. The cap I really don't use, so I just set it back in the box. So now I'll set this off to the side. These pieces have been prepped, they're ready. I'm gonna mix up some paint here. It's I'm gonna let it mix a little more. This is the Mr. Hobby 1500 surface primer. It's great. I love this stuff. Either through the aerosol can or the airbrush, it works great. But being I'm showing you the airbrush here, I'm gonna shoot it through the airbrush. So let me get this mixed up, or get ready to get it mixed up, and then I'll get that right back to you. Hang on, guys. All right, guys, here we go. I'm gonna mix up the paint. I'm gonna do a 50-50 with the Mr. Finishing Black Surface 1500, and then the Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. It's almost time to refill this. I keep this on my bench here in keep the refill in the cabinet. But and to make things a little easier on me, I just put a little mark at where I want to go. In this case, I'm going to go 3 milliliters. So come up to the 3 mark. Cap this. This has been shook up for a while now. It should be good to go. I don't know about you guys, but every time I get new paint, I get these off of Amazon. These are dirt cheap. And the large bottles, I put 2 of them in. And the smaller Tamiya type bottles, if you will, I use 1. But try to get what you can out of here. And then same thing, it's going to be a 50-50 mix. I'm going to come up to hopefully the 3 mil mark. And there we are, 3 mil. Put this in here. And I'm going to go maybe a ½ mil more. Just for mixing purposes. Lay that there, hopefully she don't fall over. Wipe this lid. I always wipe the lids when I'm done. Makes them a little easier to open later on. Set that back and give it a mix. And then the next airbrush, I think I'll show you, when I go to paint the body, I'll prime it in the same way, but I'm probably going to use the white, or the gray, light gray I'll use, I think, because of the color I'm going with. But I'm going to use the one of my swallowtails with the fan cap. And if you guys haven't picked that up yet, that fan cap it's phenomenal, guys. It's just it makes the coverage so easy. Really eliminates the tiger striping. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up better when I'm over at the booth. But let me cut you off here for a second, and I'm gonna have to move the camera around and all that anyway. So I'll meet you back at the booth in a couple of minutes, guys. All right, guys, how you doing? I'm over at the booth here. I'm gonna shoot this Mr. Hobby or Mr. Color, the 1500 surfacer. I'm going to shoot that as a primer on the these 2 pieces for my 62 Impala. So let me get this going. Shoot a little lacquer thinner through it. Alright, I switched it back to the 0.5 needle. We'll do this part first. Everything's been prepped, sanded. So here we go. like a trigger action gun, this is a great one to start out with. Unless you want to go right to the swallowtail, which is, I don't think there's a better gun out there in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Alright, you can go ahead. Normally I would just do a tack coat, but I'm going to show you how well this stuff goes on. Plenty of paint. Next thing I'm going to have to learn how to do, that I see a lot of you guys doing, is speeding up this part. Who the hell wants to see you just spray? But in this case, I'm just trying to show you how well this brush does. This will never be covered, seen, but I give it a little coat anyway. The X-frame, you gotta really go slow. Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies. Stick this up here. Get a little more paint. I'm going to do the inner fender wells, part of the bottom that you'll see through the frame. And then when I'm done doing this part, what I'll do is I'll show you a quick and easy tear down for cleaning. I'm going to run lacquer thinner through it anyway before that, but I'll show you how to break it down. It doesn't get any easier than this brush here, guys. I'm not blocking it. I tried setting this up so you could see what I was doing. But this paint, this 1500 surfacer, it just goes on so nice. I mean, it's a great color by itself, let alone just a primer. I think that's got that. Give it a set this over here and see how this is doing here. Alright, I don't know if this will show you guys, but you can. I got to shoot here a little bit. You can see a little white, but that's how nice this stuff goes on. Let me just set this over here real quick. I'm going to give it another coat. Keeping my paper clean. A lot of this is going to get some aluminum detail underneath. So I want to make sure I got all the X-frame. My thing. I don't know why that fell. Alright, I believe that's got everything covered. Set this off to the side. Set this up here. One of my homemade racks. That's why I like to use wire. I don't know if you can see this, but you can just bend it any way you want. It stays. I'm going to put back what's in the brush. And run some lacquer thinner through it. I always keep an old brush up top here after I run this through. Put some more in. Brush it around a little bit. Alright. I'm not going to run much more lacquer thinner through because I'm going to give it a quick cleaning. So, let me clean this mess up and then I'll take it over to the bench there and show you a quick breakdown and cleanup. I'll be back with you in a sec, guys. be cleaning with, for me anyway. So let me dump this in here. Time to transfer this to the bigger dirty lacquer thinner. Give this a wipe. All right, that's clean. Let me get some fresh lacquer thinner out of the can here. I got gallons of lacquer thinner in my cabinet, but I transfer them to this to make it easier to work with. Okay, now we got fresh lacquer thinner there. And now don't drink that like somebody I know did when they were, I don't know, I guess I was about 5. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, man. My brother was building the Batmobile for me when I was a kid, and he had lacquer thinner in what I thought was a drink glass. And long story short, I was getting Hot Wheels every day for almost a week in a hospital. Anyway, take the front piece off now. This is just the guard. That's the needle guard. You could throw that in there. And this is the needle housing, if you will, the nozzle housing. See how the nozzle will come right out, and I drop down those 3 pieces in there. Dip piece of rag in the lacquer thinner and run the needle through. Now I can feel, last time I cleaned this, I could feel a little roughness right there. It glides, and then it kind of hangs up. It glides and hangs up. But as you can see, the needle, that's the most I got off the needle. Here's another. This is a wet side lacquer thinner. And that's from running lacquer thinner through it when you're done spraying. That's how nice these guns clean. Now I'll take pipe cleaner, and don't cut these, by the way. They're cheap enough. You could pick them up in Walmart, any place that sells this stuff, and just dip it in here, and pretty much this is just all air that comes through this part, and I run it through. Actually, this one's a little thick, but that one came out nice. You can see a little bit on the end there. So I hit this again. than it is if I would have just really ran some lacquer thinner and back flushed it and all that. I don't know if you could see that, but that's really, it's shiny clean now. That's fine. You could set this off to the side. The nozzle itself, once I find it, it's hard to do this behind the camera. Come on now. All right, I'll grab this like right here, not on a Teflon seal. You don't want to damage that. But you could hold that right there. Take your pipette. It fits perfect over the end of the nozzle, if you will, the inner end. See it squirt right through? You seeing this? You can flush it back and forth, back and forth. All right, that's clean. Grab the nozzle cap, I should say. Kind of odd that the searcher's needles and pins are on. I'm messing with needles and nozzles. All right, that's fine. So I'll take another paper towel, dry this off. Really, yeah, there you go. See, that's squeaky clean. Both ends. Now, let me get rid of this one. This has been used enough. Now, the next thing I do, and I felt, like I said, I felt this the last time I cleaned this, is I'll take a paper towel, fold it up, and then I use this Flitz. This is great stuff, guys. It's one tube will last you a look. That's all you need. That's more than enough. It's a very fine polish, so you're not turning a 0.5 needle into a 0.3, but you just kind of bring it through, just lightly. All you're doing is applying it right now, and then, like I said, never go forward with the needle. Always pull it through. Now you can see what was almost coming off just from that, but now watch when I do this. Just don't go past that point. I should have showed you where the rough spot was, but see what comes off? The rough spot, let me see. It's gone. It was right here. I could feel it. This is like a piece of glass, and then it feels like almost like a rusty piece of steel right at this point. So where am I at here? I'm gonna do it again. Like I said, this is a very, very fine polishing compound. So you're not taking anything off other than oxidation. See how we did it? Look, it's still coming off. One more time, I think. I guess this needed a little more than I thought it did, because it's still coming off black. I'm doing the back side now. I'm running out of paper here. I spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it at the point. That's fine. Just don't push forward, or you're going to hurt the needle and or you. A dab. Always have plenty of lubrication if you're doing the. I got to do Frank's trick with these later. Frank from Frank's Scale Model Works, he cuts the tips of these off and uses them for stir sticks. I thought that was a great idea. I was always throwing them away. I'll throw these away, the pipe cleaners, because they're use them once and that's it. This I'll stick over here for another time. Now, one thing I do after cleaning, and don't use a lot of this because this can excessive amounts can dry out your O-rings and Teflon seals. Just a little bit of I gotta probably turn this compressor around. Let's see. Yeah, I'll show that to you in a minute, guys. This is my compressor for cleaning airbrushes and for spraying acrylics. But anyway, I put a couple drops of acetone in there, and I don't recommend this, but this is what I do. I just spray it under the desk. Just a little bit. And then run air through it for a little bit, make sure it's completely dry. And that's it, guys. Let me hang this up here. Everything's full. I got some stuff in, and I haven't properly put it away yet. But let me break this out of here for a second. I'll try to do it without disconnecting everything. Sorry about the. There's my little GAAHLERI compressor. That's a great compressor though, actually. It's got the two different regulators, so you can run 2 different airbrushes. But there's all my, just a bunch of, I gotta go through everything. I paint everywhere. This is my airbrush arsenal, if you will. Oh, this is the accessory clock for my 63 Fairlane. That was one of the first airbrushes I ever had. That little 150, whatever it was down there. This is Blue Point. I actually got that off a Snap-on truck for a deal. These are my GAAHLERIs. I got a master. Some more. That's Badger. That's Badger. This is Bart Sharp. That's from England, I believe. A knockoff of the trigger gun. 2 swallowtails and a knockoff of the pistol. No, this is one of those compressor and airbrushes together. I just want to see how it worked, and I don't like it at all. But this is all my junk for cleaning the brushes. That's some Badger brushes. That's about it. This is all my sanding stuff. But as you can see, this is why I have no room to hang shop cards. And this is just a real quick panoramic view, if you will. So, as you can see, I have no room to put shop cards. So I got a lot of cleaning to do, I admit that. But you see my spray booth. It's all this mostly military and planes and stuff. And all this. Each kit up there is double. Whatever you see there has got the same kit behind it for these 3 shelves anyway. That's single stuff down there. I mean Maverick. And Renwall V8. This is stuff I sell at the model meetings. This is all my old builds. Some military stuff back there. I mean, not military. 2 Red Barons, 112 Red Barons. Snake and Mongoose. California Charger. Still sealed Super Pinto. Aurora. Someday I'm going to build a model of my Cessna. if never mind, I'm not going to go into that. But there's all my paint racks, I should say. Johan stuff, old Ford stuff, a tester's rack, Susie bake oven. I'm going to keep calling it that because of Craig. The wheels, tires, more wheels, grills and bumpers, a nice 68 Dart resin grill section, some hoods and scoops, exhaust, just catch-all junk drawer, large scale parts, big T stuff. Anyway, I don't want to bore you anymore with that, so that's enough, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you learned something about breaking down an airbrush and cleaning it. And if there's an airbrush over here you would like to see that done to, just give me a holler, man. I got the two Mobius. That's that Bart Sharp. That's the Master. And I got the two Swallowtails and the GHAD-68 that I just showed you. So let me put this back in the mount, guys. I'll be back in a second. Alright, guys, the brush is all cleaned up and put away. Just thought I'd show you. I mean, it's dry to the touch. That stuff, it's this. I don't know if I showed you before, but this is what I sprayed this with. It's the Mr. Color 1500 black. Anyway, that's what it looks like when it comes out. It's a really great color. I'll probably come back and detail the X-frame and a semi-gloss. I don't know. To wait and see. Fender wells. But like I said, that's that was the Gaahleri GHAD-68. It's a really good brush, and like I said, if you want to see another one demonstrated, please just let me know. I'll be glad to do it for you. So if you will, guys, first of all, to my subscribers, thanks a lot. I appreciate you all. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Give me a like and a thumbs up and a subscribe if you don't mind. And don't forget, guys, there'll be links in the end of the description for the Gaahleri airbrushes, which is they're all on sale right now. Plus, if you use my code, I can get you another 10% off. Scale finishes, use Woody's 10 in the discount code box for 10% off anything you purchase from them. And please don't forget to check out Mark at Hobby.Models. I'm waiting on another order from him. I needed something else and I just ordered it. And then don't forget to check out Matt down at Spotlight Hobbies. So I appreciate you all, guys. Thanks for hanging around, and I'll catch you at the next video. See ya.